Do you not think though that the movie or the series, a lot of people said it was just about making sure that you know what your kids are watching? Do you not think that's a good message about being careful what your kids watch? Would you agree there? Would you agree in part with adolescence?
Well, I'd agree that you should be careful what your kids are learning.
Yeah.
Which includes watching. But if you want to be a responsible parent and you want to be worried about what your children are digesting in the modern world, then sure, adolescents should now encourage you to go and complain at your local school for teaching them LGBT bullshit at the age of 8 and try to sexualize children. That's all in the school you're sending them to. You want to worry about me? Forget me. If you really want to watch adolescents and sit and go, I'm really concerned about my child's state of mind, go down to the school you send your kid to and learn what they're learning about sex. No 8-year-old needs to know about this shit. None. You only tell children an idea when the idea is too ridiculous for parents to believe, for adults to believe.
Yeah.
That's why you tell kids about Santa Claus. They don't know any better. They're deliberately aiming at the kids young because they're susceptible. Don't complain about me. Go complain at your local school. Then scroll YouTube. You think I'm the worst person on YouTube for saying what? Go to the gym, take responsibility for yourself, stick up for yourself, say what you really believe in, be accountable. I'm the worst person in the world. Scroll up and down YouTube. See all these fucking men putting on makeup and sexualizing kids and all this crazy shit. You're worried about me?
Yeah.
But I'm not saying I'm a saint either. But to try and sit and pretend that I'm the reason bad things happen is not only disingenuous, it is heinous and it is evil, and they're doing this on purpose because they fear my influence. Recently they said, there was a man who killed 4 people and he listened to an Andrew Tate video. And they put it all in the papers. I'm gonna have to sue the papers now. Did he listen to an Andrew Tate video? I don't know. Maybe. However, that's not what I talk about. I advocate for stoicism and mental control. I do not advocate for murdering people, 1. Secondly, he also listened to a Taylor Swift song. Did we talk about that? He also drinks water. He also visited France on holiday. Like, what the fuck does that have to do with me?
Yeah.
This person's had a whole life for 30 years and done unlimited things. You can tie him to anything. And they just say, we found in his browser 6 years ago a video of Andrew making a joke about a car. He is the Tate murderer. This is a setup. This is a psyop.
Yeah.
And the British government, I'll make it very clear, Great Britain, hello, you, yes. The British government is coming for me, trying their very best to put me in jail for 10 to 20 years for no reason. And they know it's no reason because it's full Stasi, full USSR lockdown communism. And they can't stand the fact that I highlight how corrupt they are. Let me make something very clear to you because a lot of people at home, especially in England, don't understand why they're being replaced. Let me explain why they're being replaced. For everyone at home who's confused, why are they replacing all the white British people with all the other people? Let me tell you exactly why they're doing it. Keir Starmer's not the leader of anything. Keir Starmer's not the boss. He may be in charge of the government, but if he has an idea, if he has an implementation, he needs to go to other people. He has to fight against the House of Commons. He has to get it through the House of Lords. He can't decide with the whiff of his hand if somebody lives or dies. Now, the leader in Dubai is the leader. And the leader in Saudi is the leader. They're the real leader. They have absolute power. They're an absolute monarch. Our leaders don't have that. But they want to be an absolute monarch. They want to turn the UK into a third world nation so they get to be third world leaders. Because third world leaders rule with absolute force, no accountability, and they can steal as much as they want. So they're trying to replace everybody who understands tax code, replace everybody who understands law, replace everybody who understands that Great Britain is more than just a line on a map. It's someone's land that someone died for. They want to replace all of it with random third worlders who have no vested interest in the country so they can just steal as much as they want without ever getting in trouble. And anyone who highlights it, any of the foreigners which are particularly astute and pay enough attention to realize, well, they just get their heads chopped off because they now get to rule the third world nation, which the UK is going to become like a third world leader does, with absolute force. That's all they want to do. They're tired of the rule of law. They're tired of this. They're tired of the fact they have to put me through a court case. They don't want me around. I don't like Andrew. I don't like what he says. Get rid of Andrew. He has to go to court. Yeah, they can set it up, and they will. They'll rig it. But they still have to put me through court. They have to... if I piss them off and they were a third world leader, they just put a bullet in my head. So get rid of him. Same day. Lock him in a room. Get rid of him. That's what they want to do. The UK population is being replaced. And that's why things like adolescence are actually so heinous. Let's analyze this. Imagine the depravity in the hearts of the leaders of a nation which are replacing the population with third worlders primarily so they can steal and plunder a once great empire And as they do it, they convince the last remnants of native men that the problem is them. Not the new people, it's you. You people who grew up here, who fought for this place, who lived here, whose parents died for this place, whose uncles were in the mines, who have paid taxes. You're the problem. Not the immigrants who turn up and take all the free money. You are. Look at adolescents. Look at this 13-year-old boy who kills people. As we know, very recently in Southport, we know it wasn't a little white boy killing little girls. We know that. And they will still attempt to psyop us. And you know what breaks my heart the most? What breaks my heart the most is that the average English person is going to sit there and watch that shit and say, yeah, Andrew Tate's a misogynist. You know, you get to a point where some people just deserve to lose. I mean, I thought the UK was full of lions. Remember 3 lions on a shirt? Where the fuck's the lion? Where are they?
Come on, bro.
No, I mean, but you know what I'm saying? Where's the protests outside Parliament?
What would you do then?
There's no one's doing anything. They're just sitting there waiting to fucking die, bro.
So if you're in the UK, like if you're me, for example, you don't want to be in the UK because you got all these allegations and stuff. But for the average person that's watching this in the UK, Great Britain, who's a business person, doing well, making money, do you stay and do you fight it, or do you move to Dubai?
Well, you can't do it by yourself. And this is the point. When I'm talking about the lion inside of the UK, I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about the general culture and spirit of resistance that the British used to have, which has been completely eroded. The average English man now has become a eunuch. An English man will walk outside his house and fight another English man over a fucking football team, but won't fight some foreigner who's in his fucking daughter. It's ridiculous.
There's a lot of killers still in the UK, though.
Of course,
there's a lot of killers.
No, but the point is, there has to be a cultural shift. Forget color, forget white, black, brown, whatever. There has to be a cultural shift where the Muslims, the black people, the white people, everyone gets together and says, nah, we're tired of being fucking robbed. We're tired of all these people coming in. We're tired of this whole scam. And then it all ends. But it's an abusive relationship. It's like a woman who's with an abusive man. As long as she stays, he's gonna abuse her. She has to stand up for herself at some point, or it never ends. And the people of the UK are not standing up for themselves. And to answer your question, what would I do personally? Well, I've made it clear what I would do. I've tried my very best to rally the troops. I've tried my very best to inspire people. Most of the people in the UK have betrayed me. Most people in the UK sit there and go, well, Andrew's a misogynist.
Do they though? Do they really?
No, you know, it's funny. Because in person, I've never had a negative interaction with anyone ever. Everyone loves me.
Of course.
But on the internet, under this post, there'll be some idiot. Andrew Tate is accused. I'm accused by fucking Romanians.
Yes,
hello.
Idiot.
Romanians have accused me. Do you understand that means nothing? I've done my very best to rally and inspire the troops and destroyed my own life doing it. I didn't need to do this. I have money. I don't have to. I could just disappear and live on a boat. I did this and destroyed my own life in an attempt to rally the troops. So that's what I would do personally. I would fight, of course. I saw some guy, I don't know his name. He was on Twitter, skinny little dipshit, begging for the government to tax us more.
I was going to talk to you about him. Are you on about Gary Economics?
Must be him, yeah.
Is he like got skinhead?
Yeah, skinny
Gary
little dipshit.
Stevenson.
Every revolution in history began with the assassination of the tax man, not sucking the tax man off, hoping he taxes you more. That's not a revolution.
Right.
That is garbage. And the fact that he thinks giving the UK government any more money when they do nothing but waste it. They have hundreds of billions for Ukraine. Hundreds of billions for Ukraine. Why? Because they launder it. So he thinks, let's give the criminals who steal all the money more of our money and maybe it'll all work out because our kids need a future. There's no future as long as you're dealing with crooks, sir. And if you think you could tax rich people, you're also an idiot.
Right.
Because let me tell you from a rich person, we leave. There is no rich person on the planet.
Or restructure things.
Or restructure things. That's right. I can restructure my life and still visit England and enjoy England while having my wealth elsewhere and not pay the taxes. So he obviously doesn't know very much for an economics fucking whatever he's supposed to be.
Interesting though, because I actually think if you listen to a lot of what he said.
I think he works for the fucking Matrix. I think he's been paid. I think they've put him somewhere, they've put him in. Think about this. Let's analyze this. Like professionals. Let's be professionals.
Go on.
Labor come in. They're gonna put everyone's taxes up, fuck everyone over, remove the winter fuel allowance, and wreck everybody. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, some skinny dipshit is all over the internet begging for higher taxes just before the higher taxes come. Is this a coincidence? Oops. Exactly the thing the government wants, this retard is screaming for, and we promote him all over the news. Oopsie doopsie, taxes go up. And there's gonna be someone sitting there at home going, well, actually, Gary told me this is good to give more of my money away. And they're just gonna steal it. They're just gonna steal it all. Right. This is a setup. He works for the Matrix. He's part of the propaganda machine.
Oh, I didn't see it like that. Here's what I thought about him. A lot of what he says is actually right. He talks about the rich and poor divide. All of the stuff that he says, I actually agree with.
Yep.
The wrong part where he's wrong is his solution, which is let's just rely on the government to tax the rich. That's where he's wrong.
Well, the reason it's fucked is the government in the first place. I mean, what are you gonna do? You're gonna go to the person who created the problem to fix it?
Yeah.
The government's completely corrupt head to toe. And also, he fails to accept that the unfortunate reality of human nature is that it is a competence hierarchy.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what economic system you design. It doesn't matter what political system you bestow upon a nation. I promise you I'll be richer than you. I promise. I don't care what game it is. I don't care how you change the rules. It doesn't matter, I'm gonna win. Because I wanna win. Some people don't wanna win. And the people who don't wanna win are not gonna win.
Yeah.
So when he sits and says, oh, we need to balance everything out, you cannot legislate everyone rich. You cannot make a loser have what a winner has because winners are busy winning.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line of it.
Right.
So when he talks about all this restructuring and this garbage, it doesn't change anything because I would still outperform everyone. I would still have a Bugatti and a Koenigsegg and a jet and a yacht and 25 houses. So what does it mean? The truth is you need to instill a culture inside of young people that, and he says, and people say this, not everyone wants to be a hustler. Not everyone wants to have to go out there and grind. Yeah, but some people do. The world's not a perfect place. What you need to do is tell young people they stand a chance instead of what he's doing, which is convincing they stand no chance. Tell them they stand a chance. Tell them to work as hard as possible and find a way to make it out. That's what I teach at university.com inside of my school. I say, listen, it's gonna be hard, but you can do it.
Right.
He says, no, you can't do it.
Yeah.
Which is gonna keep everyone in poverty. And
it's like what you said at the beginning of the interview about the fat thing.
It's a choice. It's a choice.
Yeah, if you accept that I'm poor because it's my fault, then it's going to empower you to get rich.
Absolutely.
If you blame someone else, let's wait for the government.
So which mindset gives you a better chance of becoming rich? Even if, this is the thing I said about true and false, even if it is true that you are poor because of the government, and even if it is not your own fault, you believing it is your fault allows you to be more powerful and more competitive. So why would you accept the truth that it's the government when you can accept the truth that it's you that allows you to win?
Yeah.
And then when you're driving a Ferrari, how can you say your mindset wasn't true because it has performed?
Yeah.
Truth is performance.
Yeah.
Truth is result. So anyway, this dipshit anyway is just sitting there on the TV begging for us to give more and more money to fucking thieves. And he's convincing people who don't want to work very hard that he's right. Because I've seen a couple comments and they're like, yeah, well, not everyone has the mindset where they want to grind. Some of us just want a comfortable job and to see our kids. That's great, but let me make something clear to you. The world is not a perfect place. And the fact that you don't have the mindset that you don't want to get out there and work is a you problem. Because there are people who do have that mindset and they're gonna beat you no matter what system you implement. No matter what you do, they're gonna win because they wanna win and you don't.
Yeah.
What do you expect the government to do about that fact? That some people are hardworking, industrious, perspicacious, indefatigable, and they're gonna do anything it takes to pull it off, and some people don't want to. What do you expect the government to do besides convince all of the hard workers, which by the way, keep the entire country functioning, to leave and go somewhere else? You can't legislate the fact that some people are better than others. Sorry, bottom line, you can't legislate that.
Yeah.
Some people are just better at working than other people.
Yeah.
That's how it is. You're gonna get exactly what you deserve in this life. So I agree, there are some people that go, not all of us wanna be hustlers, not all of us wanna be entrepreneurs, some of us just want a comfortable life. That's fine. Not everyone's a murderer, but some people are. Welcome to Earth. What do you want to do? Sit here and say, I should be able to walk around outside and wear a diamond watch with $10 million in cash and no one should rob me. Yeah, sure, you're right, they shouldn't, but they will.
Yeah.
And you're right, you shouldn't have to work your ass off to pull it off, but you do.